Okay guys, I went out and dug up my canna bulbs out of the ground to show you guys. I already cut the tops off. You want to, I'll leave mine about that high, but you can see the big, this is all a tuber root. You just want to try as well as you can to get as much soil off as you can. And as it continues to dry, you can get more of the soil off easier. But I don't worry too much about it. This is, I had a couple days that's actually been drying out. So, but I wanted you guys to see the tubers and the roots that the canna makes. But you can kind of see what it looks like. I get some more of the soil off as much as I can. This one was grown in a pot, but now the ones that I have buried in the ground in my yard, those I leave those out until the first light frost that we have, and you can tell they've been touched by the frost. And then I will go out and dig them up. Sometimes I wait, sometimes I don't. This year we've had such odd weather that I'm just going to go ahead and leave them out there until after the first frost again. But you can see all the roots. And if they break, don't worry about it. As long as it's drying out. And then you want to cut your roots off, just like your caladiums and your gladiolas, and lay them somewhere to dry. Now all I'm going to do is get some more of this dirt off. I'm going to go through and cut all these roots off. Some more of the soil off. It comes off a little easier once you get those roots taken care of. And then you do these just the same way. Just lay them out on some newspaper or in a box or something. You want them to have good airflow. I just lay mine right on newspaper. Let the bulbs dry out completely. And then this is a really big bulb tuber. It took off and just made a whole bunch of babies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to snap her in half like that. Boy, that sure did have a lot of roots on it. That one grew well. The ones in the ground ought to be really crazy. They got a lot more room to roam. You know, try to take off as much sheathing as you can. You want to keep it as clean as you can, so you got less like I said, you'll have to get more dirt off as they dry. It's not a big deal. They get a little easier to work with when the dirt gets drier, or as the dirt gets drier. But this is pretty cool though, because it gave me a lot more caladiums for next year. You can store them in a basement if your basement don't get real cold. Anywhere that's cooler and dark. Now, not cold, and you don't want damp, because if you put them in a damp basement, they will rot. I've been there and done that. My basement is very damp, so I can't store anything. So there we go. There is, and I'm just gonna leave the tops on like this. Let them continue to dry out, and then they will be easier to cut back after they're a little drier. But I still am going to leave my cannas about that high, a couple inches. So, and then next year when I go to plant them, the soil level will be about right here. You can see where I have them up to about right here, but I like to leave it a little higher. That way I can see them in the ground and I know what they are. So then just once again, let them dry. I'll come out here every couple days and flip them. If it starts getting really cold, I will take them out and put them on my back porch to finish drying, or in the house somewhere. So that's all there is to it, guys. And then you want to store them the same way in newspaper, or in a paper sack. You know, whatever you want. You don't have to go out and buy anything special. The most important thing to remember is when you're storing any kind of bulb, whether it's a caladium, a gladiola, an elephant ear, you want to just make sure that they are dried out really, really good before you store them. And that will be your success, along with keeping them in a cool, dry, dark place so that they can rest for the winter. So, alright guys, that is it. If you have any questions, please ask me, and I will answer as best as I can. Thanks. You guys have a good day. Bye.